Welcome to the Work Behind the Vows.
Brought to you by Healing is a Lifestyle.
Around here, we have real conversations discussing daily choices and the healing work that holds marriages together.
Yes, we are two whole people on a healing journey, and we're so excited that you're going on this journey with us. We can't wait till you dig into this week's episode. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, so this week we are wrapping up When Screens Meet Hearts. That's the series that we've been in, where we've been talking about navigating the digital world and marriage, right? We've talked about boundaries. We've talked about having access to phones. We've talked about what? Well, we've talked about everything that has to do with digital, like
sliding in the
DMs. Are you telling
messages.
Too much about your marriage?
Right.
Letting people in, all that kind of stuff. So today we are talking about from screens to stillness, restoring connection offline. Because intimacy with your spouse does not live in your inbox, right? Y'all are doing life together. It's in the presence of everything, right? So we want to first start off welcoming any returning listeners.
Yes.
Y'all made it to 8 episodes.
That's good. Okay,
We're
y'all
family.
legends. And then we didn't introduce ourselves, but I'm Words Taylor, and
I am Julanda Taylor.
all right.
You know what we didn't say this series? Married 16 years in the game.
16.
Together 21. So we got a little bit of skin in the game. We know a little bit about marriage.
We got a lot of skin.
Just a little bit.
Got a peeled skin in here. Okay?
Just a little bit. So let's talk about kind of what inspired this episode, right?
Okay.
What this means. So I would say it's a moment where, and we joke a lot, but a moment where we've had many moments in our marriage where we've been in the same room, but miles apart, right?
For sure.
I'm on my phone, he's on his phone. He's watching TV, maybe I'm watching my phone, And so we wanted to really navigate and address kind of how to go from that screen to reconnecting. Right. How to take us to that part. So let's talk about how technology has crept into our marriage.
Right.
Any examples of things that you can think of where we've either had conversations or not, but you've recognized that this has become a thing?
So I think if we bring up something that kind of just happened with you, where you were watching certain posts and it was evoking a certain emotion in you, with all the political stuff and all of those things. And then because of that, I noticed then there's a disconnect with us because it's like, how are you focused on sex or business right now or a trip or whatever the case? Do you understand what's happening? Do you understand the war that is happening or that is about to happen? We need to be preparing for that, So I think just there are certain algorithms and way our own social medias are curated that can hinder us because you're seeing one thing, I'm seeing something different, and now I think there could be a little resentment, or there could be some where I'm looking at you like, you might be over exaggerating a little bit, where you now don't feel heard or received in a way or supported. So yeah.
Absolutely. I think when I thought about the topic immediately, I think about being in the bed together on the phone.
Right.
Doing date nights. So we do date night every Friday, but there was a period where we would have some date nights at the house. But in being at the house on date night, watching a movie on the TV, we're both on the phone,
Right.
scrolling, or being out to dinner and your phone is out.
Right.
Or just things like that. Things where the phone, there was I can't recall. I don't remember where I just was, but somewhere. Oh, we were at I was there by myself. I was at the wash and fold picking up stuff with grandma, and they had a payphone outside. And she even said, they have a payphone? And it really brought into perspective how our lives have changed so much, because we used to have to go to the payphone, and then it went to you only had the house phone, and then you had these cell phones. And now This cell phone is attached at all times.
For sure.
You lose your phone and your life is over. Well, that's what you feel like anyway, right?
That's not how I feel. What are you saying? When you say you say...
Humans.
Oh, okay. I was like, I won't feel like my life is over.
Right. That might be a little dramatic, not literal.
No, I'm saying I'm not gonna look at it as like, oh my God, I know
You're gonna run out to get you a new one though.
I'll get a
Absolutely.
new phone, but I won't have a feeling of like, oh my God,
Can life exist and function without the phone?
It can.
So if that be so, we don't need to. That's not the episode. But what I'm saying is because we are constantly attached to our phones.
I agree.
Yeah. So,
but it can exist, right?
Right. In essence,
so like,
absolutely.
Think about this, like, whereas even in when my health wasn't the best, I literally stopped even using my phone for a period of time because I was like, I didn't want this distraction, and I just wanted to connect more with God. So I stopped even using social media, things like that. I think, yes, you can exist outside of the phone. It's just habits that are formed that now we go to the phone for, more often.
Absolutely. And that was the point, though.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, the point was that our lives do not exist outside of our phone. Everybody at all times has a phone either somewhere on their person or in their face.
I hear. I'm just saying I don't agree that our lives that's just a both. Our lives don't exist outside of our phones.
If they did, we wouldn't need to always have one in our hands.
I hear you.
Okay.
I'm just saying that.
Okay. So
I don't agree that our life doesn't exist outside.
You don't agree with the wording, but you are agreeing in essence because you're saying our hands are always on the phone. Like,
no, I'm not saying that. Like, so like in some cultures, phone's not even.
We're not talking about some cultures. We're talking about American culture.
But period, that's even here. There are some people that don't do phones or don't have phones. Like, life still exists outside of a phone, and a lot of people are adventurous or whatever. I just don't want to put the whole statement of life doesn't exist outside of the phone. I'm just not in agreement with that part of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in the Taylor household, there is always a phone in someone's hand, including our 13-year-old. Okay. So, let's talk about what does stillness look like? So it's from screens to stillness. So what are some boundaries or some things that we've implemented to bring in that reconnection, to make it where the reality isn't that life can't exist without the phones? We've done some intentional things to make sure that we are not always on our phones.
Right. So maybe that's what you're getting or pushback from me, because I think we've put things in place where that scenario that you're creating, I don't agree with. So like, for instance, when our daughter comes in, she puts her phone over on the charging station. She don't even take it upstairs. It's not in her room or anything. She's not able to just sit and scroll on the phone. The times where she does have the phone, it'll be during tech time, which is on Fridays and Saturdays. Our sons don't have phones, of course, and they're not even allowed to be on it. We don't even do tablets with them unless it's on Friday and Saturday, so they can't even touch the tablets. With us, like during conversation, we know our phones are down. I'm not going to have a conversation with you and you're still scrolling on the phone. So we're going to put the phones down. At one point, which we've gotten lax on this, we would, like, before bedtime, we would put our phones out at the charging stations or things like that. So just little things like that. We know how life can exist outside of cell phones and things like that. And I think we've been able to demonstrate that. Like, we go on trips and adventures and we do other things. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
So the boundaries that we've set are establishing a tech space or a charging station
for sure,
where technology goes.
Yeah, for sure.
Scheduling tech-free time for kids and for ourselves.
Yeah, or decompression time, or like, if you're going to decompress and you feel like scrolling, or for the adults rather, then cool. Other boundaries is that you're not on the phone while driving. So it's like, yeah, if you're at a stoplight something you need want to check something real quick, but if the car is moving, then we're not on the phones.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to get to. That not debate the other, but get to the point of what are the things that you actively establish in order to create that reconnection. Another thing that we've connected or created is family day is Sunday. So there was a period where we were actively going out and doing non-tech things on Sundays because Sundays the kids don't get tech time anyway.
Right.
And so we were going out to do things for us to reconnect, be present, and have those non-tech times. So
yeah. But that's what I mean. I'm saying because we've created those things that life can't exist outside of the phones because we've done it. You don't have to have your phone every single day. You don't have to do. We've done that. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, it can exist outside of a phone for sure.
And
for sure.
Even in that stillness, in that connection, it's okay to not talk. Like, it's okay to be silent in that time. So
sure.
Maybe we're watching a movie or whatever. That doesn't, that silence doesn't take away from connection. If that's what you want to do, that can be the beginning of it. It's about being intentional and establishing times to connect, because the technology is the barrier or the constant, consistent issue with the connection.
Right. So just like if there aren't, it's just a matter of like boundaries. If there aren't boundaries put in place, then yes, you can definitely be consumed with just the overconsumption of social media. You can definitely be consumed
Absolutely.
with like, oh, you want to have a conversation with me, but I'm still scrolling. Or we're now on the phone and I'm still scrolling, or things like that. If there aren't boundaries or respect set, then those things keep the disconnect. So it's going to be very hard to go from screens to intimacy, or screens to sex, or screens to whatever, because there isn't any type of intimacy outside of what. There's no intimacy outside of just like, hey, are we doing something?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly. That doesn't create that connection. I think you even said, like, one thing that we are intentional on doing is making sure that if we're on our phones, we put the phone down if the other is talking to us.
Right.
We didn't start out like that.
Right. Or you'll say like, okay, can you wait like a minute and let me finish sending this message so I can listen.
Absolutely.
Or whatever like that.
But we didn't start there. In order for that boundary to be set, there had to be some consistent things that were happening to say, hey, we need to establish this boundary.
Sure.
So coming and having a conversation and talking to a person is,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. When you are with a person and you're talking to them and they're on their phone, y'all are just around each other. They ain't listening to you.
Yeah.
They may hear what you're saying, but they're not in tune. They're not present with what you're saying. Versus when you put the phone down, you actually make eye contact. You are actually with them.
Yeah.
You're actually having that interaction and present with them and what they have going on. And
Right.
I think that's the difference. And that's why, we established that type of a boundary.
Yeah. I believe, I'm in agreement that the phones can stop intimacy.
Absolutely.
Not just, again, physical, but conversational intimacy.
Absolutely.
And relational intimacy, or connection, period. I love that. I think I put up a video about this a couple days ago where I came in and I was like, okay, I'm about to do my Bible study. And then I was like, look, let me tell you what somebody said online. And then we end up doing an entire Bible study on it together. And we were able to talk and converse about, the epiphanies and what it says in the Hebrew. And, okay, here's what it says in the Greek. And Paul writes in the Greek and all of these things. And if we fully was engaged with social media or an overconsumption of social media, we wouldn't have had that moment. We would have missed out on that moment, to where that little moment turned into a 45-minute Bible study where we were just digging in, and there was an excitement with it. And I'm like, that was a level. For me, that was a level of intimacy. That was like, that
Absolutely.
was good. I walked away from that like, that was good. We need to do this. Let's
or
run
even
this back.
like
Let's run
if
this
you
back.
would have come to me and I'm like, Yeah, and you like, and then, yeah, like,
And you're
you know what I'm
scrolling.
saying? And I'm
Yeah.
scrolling and I'm
Yeah.
not looking up at you. I'm not making eye contact. You wouldn't continue that conversation with me.
Right, for sure.
You wouldn't feel as though I'm interested or I value what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, whatever I'm doing on the phone has to be more important than what you're talking to me about.
Absolutely.
Because,
Absolutely. And I would have probably walked away feeling, and I would have said something, but I would have walked away feeling like, you know what, my voice isn't valued or whatever, or something like that.
absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
for sure, I agree.
So I think that this episode is really trying to hone in on, I think you'll notice with each series that last episode is really trying to hone in on some practical reconnection. We talk about, for at least a few episodes, what is this thing that is creating an issue or something that needs to be addressed. And then that last episode is like, okay, so what can we practically do? How can we what new policies and procedures can we implement in order to make the necessary adjustments or corrections so that this thing no longer continues to be an issue for us.
Right, for sure, for sure.
So with that, I think we should probably just, before we transition, we should go ahead and pay some bills. Listen, we're going to pay some bills. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Vows. We're going to keep this, okay? The work behind The Vows.
I'm about to say, this sounds
This
like
is The Vow. The
what's
Vow.
my man name that does the movies?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
No, he does all the other black dude, the billionaire.
Spike Lee?
Dude, Spike Lee is not a billionaire. Tyler Perry. This time you about to introduce a Tyler Perry movie.
The Vow?
The Vow.
Tyler, don't take my idea.
Okay.
Okay?
I think he already has a movie called The Vow. Okay.
Welcome back to the work behind the vows, okay? Now that I am back, you know, when you pay bills, your brain just kind of, you know, you can get a little lost in that.
Oh my God.
But first question. Is it even possible to unplug in today's world?
Yes.
Where they do that? I don't know so let me say this before you jump in. If you scroll my social media, there have been several times throughout this last decade where I have said I am taking a social media break.
For sure.
I have taken.
Are you one of those people?
I am one of those people. I'll put a post
announce
up.
it?
I announce it. So y'all know, don't hit me up on here because I'm not going to be here.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I have friends. So with that, though, in those times, I have felt the most freedom.
For sure.
And the most wholeness. So yes, it is possible to unplug.
Yeah.
I have even made it where I broke my phone, and I didn't do that on purpose, but my phone broke. I didn't have a phone for about 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I wasn't communicating.
Yeah, for sure.
I wasn't communicating with anybody. It was great. He was actually telling me to get a phone. So I do know it is possible in essence. But like now today, I don't know that it's possible. Like I know it is like physically possible.
Well, I think let's establish what you're meaning. Is it possible as far as the form of having a phone just for communication? Like, can you just survive out here with a flip phone? Yes. Not having a phone, period, it may be very limiting because there's so much communication that happens, you know, within the phone. Okay, so like I'm gone or I'm out or I want to be able to communicate. Hey, babe, I'm gonna be late. Or, you know what? You go ahead and stay. I'm gonna go pick up the kids, and then you come back and all of that stuff. That would hinder communication. But is it possible without social media and all the apps and stuff like that? Yes, for sure. And I think there's a level of peace that comes with that. To do it just without a phone, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, I'm thinking that's why I wanted to establish this, because I'm like, I look at the phone as, or what you were saying as, man, we'd be lost without social media. And I'm like, no, I don't agree with that. But if you're saying the phone period, as
That
far
was
as
the phone
communicate,
period.
phone period, then okay. Like, yeah.
Because you can have a house phone.
Okay. So I'm just saying phone period. If I
Mm-hmm.
can have a house phone, okay, cool. But again, if you out, so without the cell
Let me have a
phone,
cell phone. You have a house phone.
well, then I'm not. We ain't always gonna be here. Like, what we doing? So, so, so to operate without the social media, to be able to operate without scrolling, to be able to operate without having all of these apps, absolutely. And we've done it for periods, whether we went 3 months or 6 months or 7 months, and there's bliss, and that you're not gonna miss anything. And when you come back, the same thing that was happening before is gonna be happening then.
Now, that is true.
Yeah. So I mean, like, it's definitely possible to function. I went, because of how we're building our business and our clients, I went without even posting for a year, whatever. I ain't posting anything about business, and that was beautiful.
I will say, though, like you mentioned, me, my algorithm set up the way that it is, and I'm seeing all of this political stuff, and it put me into a state of uneasiness and anxiety. In that, I then said, okay, I need a break.
For sure.
I need to take a break from social media. However, what I am identifying is that a break in this season is proving to be much more difficult than normal. Like,
Why do you think that?
you send me messages, texts, posts. Hey, I sent you this on Instagram.
Yeah.
I sent you this on TikTok. I sent you this,
But if you remove the apps from your phone, then it won't even matter.
No, I've removed it, but now you're telling me to go find it because you're like, hey, go watch what I just did. And I think previously I would be like, well, I'm not on there, so no, I'm not doing it.
Cool.
Now I do it. Or you'll text it to me, or like friends will text me. And so when I click on that Instagram post that you just text me, it takes me to Instagram.
Right.
And so I find myself where I watch the post that you sent me, but then the other 50 posts that are going to scroll up after it, I'm also seeing those.
Right,
and so I'm finding it much more difficult. On top of that,
I think that for sure there's way more temptation.
It's way more temptation today than it was before.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think even on top of that, like I have always kept a pretty steady connection to YouTube and Pinterest. These have been every time I took a sabbatical from social media,
You kept those.
I kept those.
For sure.
Because YouTube, I don't go on there. Well, I didn't go on there and just scroll. I was intentionally going on there to listen to the sermon that was coming that time, or the podcast, or a motivational message or something like that. Pinterest, I'm intentionally going on there looking for this recipe or this cleaning technique or this, that, and the other. And so for me in this season today, I'm like, ooh, it is much more difficult for me to completely let go in the way that I've done before.
I got you. I think as it's still possible. I think that if you set boundaries with all your people and you say, hey, yo, don't send me any more videos, this is what I'm doing, and all of those things, then it will happen. Mm-hmm. And you continue to set those boundaries, then okay, cool. Or what also has to happen, and this is me speaking for myself, is if I'm saying this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace that time with something different. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be something enjoyable that I still like doing. So I don't scroll as much now because I got Monopoly with the fellas. Like, I'll play Monopoly. So I'm not scrolling, but we got the online Monopoly, which is, I love that. And then I have chess. Mm-hmm. So
I picked up Sudoku.
Okay, yeah, right. Mm-hmm. I did see you doing the Sudoku. So those things right there, like whenever I feel like scrolling, I'm like, you know what? What I really want to do is get a good game of chess going right now. Or I'll put in our group chat like, hey, what we doing? Anybody available for some Monopoly? Mm-hmm. So, and I like doing those things because in that, I'm still having conversation with the fellas. We, in that we could talk to each other. We're still talking about business. We're talking about marriage. We're talking about all of those things. We're still talking about deals. So I still get this like business fix as well. And I don't have to be tainted by what's on social media at that, at that point.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have a fear of missing out.
Right.
And that's why they choose not to
but
relinquish
when that's good.
media.
I agree. And I was at that point. But when you start to see that it's the same thing every day.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's okay. Like,
yeah.
I'm okay.
So I know there are times you and I are in very different worlds, right? Like your world consists of 80% business, right? Mine's about 20, right? So it's legit, about 20% business, right? So there are times where I feel like I need to be connected to social media to see what's going on with you.
Okay.
to like be connected, because you post on social media, so it's especially don't let you be out of town.
Right.
Like I need to go to social media to see what's happening in your life, because I fear, like, I don't know if it's a fear, but it's like this lack of connection. And like if I'm not tapping in and tuning in that way, I may be missing out on a part of you or losing out on a part of you. And I don't know, like, I guess, because then the question posed is like, well, is he sharing things on social media that he's not going to share with you in person? I think sometimes you do, because you don't think that it's even share worthy for me.
No, like, give me an
example. Going on social media and seeing your viral posts. You shared that with me afterward.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but when you seen it and got this idea, like, I'm going to respond to this, I don't like that. I wasn't your first inclination to reach out to.
Okay. All right. Okay. Maybe that's because that's something that I'm like, I'm going to just post it. It's not a, I should share this with baby first or something like that. I ain't share it with anybody. I was just.
You shared it with the world.
Right. I'm gonna just do this video and then I'm gonna post it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so in that, I do feel like there are aspects of you that I get off of social media that you may not come to me and give to me first, and I come to you afterwards like, babe. So you're like, oh yeah, I ain't tell you, Right. So in that, it's like you can't get rid of social media because you don't know what shenanigans your husband is out here up to. Like,
but then. So, like, you telling me you can't get rid of it? Oh, okay, because I was going to say, I can, though. And I would just do the shenanigans in person then. But
what's up on me?
I got you. But so look at it. Like, when I do the stories, like, for instance, when you were watching my stories and you'll be like, remember I was talking about the little girl? Cause at Nehemiah's daycare, this little girl, y'all, listen. I'm picking up my son from daycare, and she walk up to me. No, it was a little boy at first. And
the girl started it.
She did start. She was the one that started it, okay? And she's like, ooh, you got a fat tummy. And I looked at her.
These are 3 and 4-year-olds,
I don't care.
by the way.
I don't care. And then she goes, everybody, look at Nehemiah's dad, fat tummy. And there's another little boy, I'm going to call him a name. He comes over there like, what's up, fat tummy? And so I say thank you, and then I call him fat tummy, and he says thank you, and all that stuff, and then I go on my social media and I got shenanigans going. I say this little girl did this, and I wanted to tell her her ponytail was crooked, and I want to tell that's why your mama, I was winning.
You made up
that's
something.
That's why your mama didn't pack your lunch right, and that's why that's why you're missing your front teeth, and they're not going to grow back correctly and all of that stuff. So I went on a whole spree roasting this little girl, and then you see that. But some shenanigans are just, it's just
so
social
I
media.
gotta tune into social media.
It's just shenanigans.
Because that's the only way that I can get it. So I'm watching.
But I'll tell you about it.
I happened to be watching his story that day, and I'm like, did he make this up or did this really happen? Like, what is he talking about? I come home.
We even talked to the kid's parent. And
yes,
was like,
I come home and I'm like, yo, so I see, oh, babe, let me tell you. And that's where we defer, though.
Right.
Because I would call you first.
Right.
Like, this little big head boy said, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right, for sure.
Whatever. Because he was allowing this fat tummy conversation to happen with him, I walk in the room for a pickup, and now the same little boy gonna come to me talking about, you got a fat tummy. Excuse me?
This little boy was coming for us. And I'm like, you little big head self.
And I'm friends with his mama. So I texted mom and said, so your son
snitched.
is fat shaming me, just so you know. And now I'm going to wear my waist trainer every time I come for pickup. And we laughed about it. It was funny. But I'm like, I figured this out when y'all did. When social media did.
Yeah. But there are jokes that I have just for you, man.
But I don't want your jokes.
It's
just
true.
For me.
It's
I
true. There are things that I have just that are sacred just to you. There's jokes, there are shenanigans that are just for you.
So some of some of these things, I think, so like even that, given that example of the daycare thing, right?
Are y'all feeling like in this series she's had some stuff on her heart that she's trying to get out? Okay.
Like, I think that was funny that you posted that, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like if you don't post it, it didn't happen? Or you just posted because it was funny?
I know it's going to be funny. I posted for it's entertaining. And I want y'all to hear this is what happened, and this is what, and I'm an exaggerated a little more.
Yes.
I think it's the theatrical part of it, and sometimes you don't always like the theatrics, cause you know what I'm saying.
Listen, every story y'all hear him post, take it in, okay?
Yeah.
But then in the back of your mind, if there are a lot of big theatrical parts to it, you should probably question if they were
Well, you can tell some stuff that is exaggerated and things like that. Like, there's some theatrics to it that just makes it even funnier. All right, so yeah. But then also, you just now come into your new silliness. But you mean? Look. Even our daughter says this. It's like, okay, we tell mommy, and you're expecting. Our daughter was like, Mommy, I just got 100 on this test and all that. And mommy would be like, okay.
That's what's up, babe. Good job.
And it's like, oh my goodness.
Oh my God, good job,
like,
babe. That's what they want.
That's a vibe. There's a vibe. Like, okay, girl, you put in that work. You worked hard. I seen you, girl. You was working hard. All of that stuff.
Y'all said that, and I do it now.
So even like I would come and tell you something, and Zaya had to be like, Mommy, did you hear what he said? And you were like, yeah. I said, that's what's up. And I'm like, it's all good. I've just learned to that's mommy's happiness right there. That's how she expressed her happiness in that. So you just came into this newfound silliness where you want to hear about the shenanigans and all of that stuff. So
I always want to hear about the shenanigans.
But you don't necessarily give the energy back.
I don't give the energy.
That's okay.
I'm always down to laugh though.
So think about a comedian.
It's actually funny too, because he's not always funny.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Some of the stuff
I am hilarious.
Like that's not funny.
I'm hilarious. All right. So think about a comedian that goes on stage and they're giving their best material and they have you in the audience not laughing. They not gonna continue to tell you jokes. You
if they ain't funny, I'm not laughing.
You in the audience, Thomas, boo.
I didn't know.
Boo.
I would not boo.
That's not even logical.
That ain't how that goes.
That can't happen like that. You like.
Listen, I seen Kevin Hart before Kevin Hart became Kevin Hart, sitting at some picnic tables in an event space in Des Moines, Iowa.
Right,
okay, sure. I laughed my butt off.
Right,
he was so funny.
I'm just saying.
He was so funny.
I'm just saying.
But
we've also went to.
I'm about to say I laughed more at that comedy show than I did when
But
we went to Omaha to
you don't
see
even
him.
you don't even value
years later after
you
he
don't
is Kevin Hart as he
value a great joke. Omaha was hilarious.
It wasn't funny.
That's what I said. Omaha was hilarious, and my man is doing. He talked about people extending their legs.
You see how he laughs at this right now?
And he says, "What about your arms? Now you're gonna be disproportionate."
Oh, you're talking about they got implants.
See, you don't even value a joke. That's what I'm saying. So y'all tell me.
It wasn't funny.
If I bring my hilarious shenanigans to her, and now she's like, oh, "Okay, babe," it's like,
who's at fault here?
Okay.
Let's just go there.
Let's talk about it. But y'all tell me, who's at fault? Should I have to bring my shenanigans that I take to my stories to my wife first so she can stare at me and blink? Or do I take it?
You're such a hater.
Or do I take it to my stories where people are giving me LOLs, laugh face emojis?
They're laughing at you.
GIFs.
They're not always laughing with you.
I'm putting it in the way where I want to be laughed.
You should have consulted me before you bought them ugly shoes that you bought.
My
He
God.
put them on social media too.
I meant to put those on.
Yeah, because your outfit's blue.
I meant to put those on.
He put them on social media too.
I'll walk out right now and change them.
No, you will not. No, you will not.
But let's go.
Another thing in our reconnection situation is I like silent activities.
Yeah.
So I like let's do, and we haven't done it in a room together, but he would still try to talk. Flotation therapy.
I for sure would try to talk.
You would try anytime, I told him yesterday we got to get separate offices because I can't work because he's always wanting to talk.
I enjoy being around you.
And not that I don't enjoy being around you, I just enjoy silence as well.
I love you.
I love you as well.
Okay then.
And silence does not equal boredom.
I enjoy hearing your voice.
Silence doesn't equal boredom.
That's why I talk to you.
But why can't you be silent with me? That's why I'm doing this
podcast with you, where it's like an hour podcast.
Why can't you be silent with me?
Because then I can't hear your voice. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. We're talking about trying to reconnect. Okay, who is at fault? Last thing before we transition a little bit. How do you feel, or what are your thoughts on couples who only feel close when they're posting together versus living life together? So
it's made up. That's clear red flag of unhappy.
Does it have to be made up?
It's you only feel close if you're posting.
Posting together.
What do you mean by posting together? Explain that.
Like, whatever. Look at what we're doing, or selfie, or us together.
So that means in order for us to feel close, we need to be posting. There's this physical thing that has to happen in order for us to feel close. That's
a made up closeness.
Yeah, that's manufactured. You know, so I just said when our Bible study happened, you want to grow some intimacy with your spouse and all that. We did that Bible study. I was ready to go to the bedroom after that. I was ready.
I don't know that there's any thing that doesn't lead to the bedroom. All roads lead to the bedroom.
All roads definitely. 'Cause, I'm attracted to you. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
So the Bible study and us connecting in this way and us being on one accord, and that's attractive. All right? Us going on date night. I'm irritated that y'all got this event today with the boys. I'm like, they know better. They know. Okay? The church know better. So the church hosting an event and all of this stuff, and I'm like, this is my date night. I look forward to those things. So we have to put ourselves in opportunities where phones aren't the biggest thing. Like the thing you sent me, I think you sent it to me where when something about the guy was like, okay, so parents should do this with screen times, and she laughed and she was like, oh, the parents that do that have already lost the race. You need to make screen time irrelevant. Do you remember that? Or did you send them to me, or I sent it to you? One of
I've
the.
seen something
Okay,
like that.
cool. So the whole premise behind what she was saying was, what are you doing where screen time doesn't have as much value to the person? Date night makes screen time irrelevant to me. Like, I'm, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or we're about to do a Bible study, or we're about to get into a great conversation, or sexual intimacy, or we're going on a walk, or whatever. Us connecting in that way makes screen time irrelevant to me. So, otherwise it's like, oh, okay, cool. I'll get on my phone or whatever. But engaging each other is gonna always hold more weight than
Absolutely.
any other thing.
I think some of our best conversations have happened offline, like have happened.
All of our best conversations
Yeah.
happen offline. Yeah.
And that was actually a concern for me with even like starting the podcast.
Right.
Are we gonna have like that's also I think that's also a draw of why I've always been like we just need to put cameras everywhere
Oh, for sure. For sure.
because
Because it's such genuine
you're right.
interaction and silliness. Like, you were dancing and crip walking yesterday, and all.
Now we put my business in the street. I don't want y'all to know. Okay, I had another life.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I agree. I agree that there's so much that makes phones are irrelevant in the morning at our house.
Absolutely.
It's not. But here's the thing: it's not that, oh, don't get on your phone. They're irrelevant in the morning.
Right.
Because of there's the music playing, there's breakfast being cooked, there's silliness, we're hugging, kissing, we're getting the kids ready, lunch is being made. They're irrelevant.
Irrelevant, absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to create intimacy, you have to make what value do you place on a thing that's over the phone.
That's good. I think yeah, you have to basically what I hear you saying is you have to create those like the environment and the moments that will will outweigh the draw
to
for
the
the phone.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, even in saying that, so I can see so I can see maybe areas of improvement or adjustment
absolutely.
that need to happen.
Yeah, even with us or with our kids or whatever.
Kids.
It's like, I can make that. What's the song? I can make you put your phone down. Isn't that a song?
It could be, but it doesn't go like that.
How does it go?
I don't know. I don't know that song.
But how does it go? Hey, y'all help me.
Is that
out.
Erykah Badu?
Yes, I can make you put your phone down. I'm singing it right. Okay, so that should be the challenge. How can you make your spouse put the phone down? Not by forcing, but by making it irrelevant. That's it. You come to me, and you like. Bet.
I can make you put your phone down. I know.
You sure can.
Because your head is always in the gutter. But I
can,
ain't trying to go to the gutter all the time.
I already got my car washes that I'm about to start doing. Okay? You can make me throw the phone away. Okay? You know what I'm saying?
We're going to go to commercial.
We got to keep our money going now.
We're going to go to commercial. We'll see you after that.
Yo, what's going on, world? So first of all, I hope you all are enjoying the episode, but let me get a quick little break. I want to tell y'all, as you all know, healing is a lifestyle. So we want to tell you real quick about Shackley. One of the things that we used to try to do is, y'all remember these? You remember these? Where you would try to fill up these and you have different bottles and you pick your Monday, your Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, we're done with that. With Shackley, all right, and my vitamins, look at this. Prepackaged. And here's the dope part about Shackley. They're whole food vitamins, meaning they will actually spoil. Whereas you buy stuff off the shelf and it's filled with all type of metals and dyes and all of those things. Well, this is actually whole food, natural. And this is just for me. This is the vitalizer just for me. And guess what? We have this for each one of our kids as well. Our kids, prepackaged every day. Okay, even has their name on it. So, boom, we rip it off. Another one comes out. Every single kid has one. Our entire family rocks with Shackley. It's rare that you're gonna even see me get sick. Not just for my vitamins, but because
living a healthy lifestyle. And we want to help you all do the same thing. We put a link below just for you. Go ahead, check out our Shackley store. Also, we have things like for y'all that are trying to get your protein in. Shackley got you. Okay. We do a 5-day protein reset. Our family is all about Shackley. And your family should be too. I mean, if you want to keep them healthy. Let's get back to the episode.
Welcome back. We just paid all of our bills, so we're done for the day. Okay.
Oh my God.
But I want to go into the next section, just talking about some reconnection rituals. We've talked about, and I think we've kind of hit on some of them, but maybe there may be some unconventional ones, some things that come up. How are we intentional, screen-free, reconnecting?
Yeah.
You come up, give me a few. You want me to start or you want to start?
No, like kind of like some of the stuff that we said was intentional about doing date nights.
You could do. Don't take all of them. Let's just go back and forth because I feel
Okay.
like you're gonna steal mine.
Okay,
And then,
with being intentional about doing a weekly date night. Also, like that we dress up during those times, which makes it the phone more irrelevant because it's like I'm looking at you. I'm excited about that. Where we're going, the activity, that, especially if we're doing an activity or something like that.
so that actually probably could have been one. I just like that we put on clothes. They don't have to be dress up clothes.
Well, for sure. But
So my husband is very specific in dress up. I don't think that has to happen, but because I think that the reconnection can happen as long as you're dressed. Like it doesn't. It doesn't.
no, I think like that's part of the reconnection of it though. You creating an atmosphere.
Yeah.
I think it's important that I think we talked about this last series of understanding your spouse's love language and doing the thing that so if they're on an empty tank or if you guys are disconnected or that phone has caused a disconnect, you should be trying to feed their love language in a way that reconnects.
Am I not cute now?
Very much so. So that's what
Can
I'm
I
saying.
go on date night like this?
No, that's not date night cute though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
We got a difference of opinion,
There's
y'all. We might
there
need y'all's
is
help.
you know how you get on date night.
I know how I get on
where
date
you
night
walk
because
out,
of
I was
you.
like, "Dang girl, what you doing? What
That's
you
what
doing?"
you want, but
What
I'm
that-
walking
what
out
that-
like this, like, ooh, I feel
which is
good.
cute. Which is cute.
And I'm cute.
For sure.
He's
But
not
you know what I'm saying?
So one of my intentional screen-free reconnection rituals is a morning hug.
Okay. That's not even yours though.
But I do that for you.
Yeah, but okay, you gonna take what? That's my thing.
It's something I do though.
Okay.
You don't do the hug.
Right, because you do it.
Okay, so
But you can't use that.
why can't I use it? It's mine.
Oh my God. So yes, that is a part of it.
Okay, give me one
where
of
there's
yours.
like a little 8-second morning hug, things like that.
Oh, you just made me spark another one. Give me yours.
Okay. What is it? A ritual for what?
A reconnection ritual.
A reconnection ritual. Oh, sometimes we'll do like a little midday lunch vibe or something like that. A little midday date where we just get to talk and be like, okay, so what's, how you been? How are you this week? Or I noticed something this week or anything like that. So that's always cool.
Yes.
To just, it feel like you sneaking a little date in or whatever. Yeah. So.
Something we used to do that we actually haven't done in a really long time is uninterrupted eye contact.
Right, for sure.
That was a good reconnection ritual. And for somebody who is often found talking, that is really good because it's silent and it's eye contact. Like you literally are staring in each other's eyes for, I think we just had like 5 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it was like a whole 5 minutes for
The
sure.
whole 5 minutes just staring in each other's eyes.
Yeah.
That's good.
And sometimes there's some like emotions that happen in there and all of that stuff. So yeah, for sure. Some others maybe, of course, sex. But the thing about it is, with that, there has to be development outside of that. So if you've been disconnected, there's a level of intimacy that has to happen that leads to it.
Absolutely.
So I know that I have to feed your love language a certain way. You know, I gotta go get the car wash. I got get it vacuumed out. You know, put the little $1.20 gas back in there that you ran out.
$1.20.
Because if you just ran out a little bit, if it's just a little bit.
But I'm doing premium. That's $4 a gallon.
Right. So put the gas back in there, things like that. I think those things are good.
So some other intentional reconnection things are, like you said, the Bible study or devotional time that we have.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, what we used to do as a family, we did it more so during COVID when we were in lockdown.
The family walks.
The family walks.
Yeah, that's good.
That was something that we did, and
that was every day.
Every day, and I thoroughly enjoyed connecting with our kids in that way too.
Yeah,
so that may be something that we look to do again.
Yeah. And the phones were irrelevant then, because you know you can bring a ball, they're on their scooters or their bikes or things like that. That just it makes the phones irrelevant.
We had implemented like no phones in the room, and everybody had to come out here to the charging station. Then we did like our phones weren't in the room; they were in the bathroom. Now we have these nightstands that have plugs in them. So we're in the room now. We're in our nightstand. But so that's kind of made that lax. But that was a good one. No phones in the room. Or we currently do like no phones at the dinner table.
Yeah. That's still a good one. Yeah. I think reconciliation is still a great way to create to reconnect. If there's something that you know. So like when your spouse is disconnected, when you've disconnected, you kind of know, why that's happening. So just opening up the door to address the elephant in the room, having that real conversation, and you all, being able to hear one another, that's going to create a super connection.
That's good. That's good.
That's going to do it.
So those are some of our reconnection
Celebrating.
Rituals.
Like finding ways to just celebrate your spouse for no reason.
I don't think I'm good with that one.
What?
With just celebrating you for no reason. I typically, like I know I am intentional about celebrating you with reason, like birthday, anniversary, Father's Day, that type of, but just, it's a random Tuesday.
Right.
Let me celebrate my husband. I'm not good with that.
Yeah. Well, I think you have some like hype me up type vibes just randomly.
I mean, because, I got the energy sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Sometimes, even though he said I don't have energy. But those are some of our reconnection rituals. We want to know what's one thing you do to reconnect with your spouse offline. So let's go ahead and give our final thoughts for the episode.
I would say final thoughts is, when it comes to the phone, it's just a matter of how do you, if you're having a problem with your spouse on the phone, how do you make it irrelevant? Challenge yourself. Like, how can you make your spouse without physically taking it from them? I would even challenge you all to do this, like, without even bringing up the phone. Can you make them put down their phone?
Y'all gonna make me go listen to Erykah Badu.
Yeah. Right.
Something about putting your phone down. I ain't
Right.
heard that one.
But I'm just saying in that, if like, that is the challenge. What can you plan? What can you do where it is exciting to the point, or it's moving or feeding them to a point where they want to be so engaged into this thing, and they don't even want to pick up the phone. That's going to be
my challenge is going to be, I'm going to do that not using sex.
Okay.
Make you put your phone down.
It's not hard, bro.
But I mean, with sex, be like.
I put the phone down, the shorts down.
Oh my gosh! My final thought is, your love does not live on a screen. It lives in connection, in stillness, in eye contact, in being in shared space with your spouse.
That's good.
So remember that as you are curating this life for you guys, be it on social media or not. I don't think you need more likes. You need more moments of connection.
That's good.
Right. So here's a challenge for y'all this week. Call to action. choose one night this week to disconnect from scrolling, noise, pressure, all of it, and reconnect with your spouse. And then let us know in the comments, in the DM, how did it go?
Let's get it.
Okay?
Salute, y'all. Peace.
We'll see y'all next series.
We did it.